Pope Francis, the first Latin American pontiff, has passed away at 88 following complications from double pneumonia. Despite recent health challenges, he appeared publicly on Easter yesterday, offering blessings to thousands. His 12-year papacy was marked by efforts to reform the church, promote social justice, and engage in interfaith dialogue. Global tributes have poured in, honoring his humility and dedication to the marginalized. World leaders expressed profound condolences, praising his legacy of compassion and interfaith dialogue. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdel-Ati and Saudi Foreign Minister Faisal bin Farhan have convened in Riyadh to address pressing regional issues. Their discussions focused on the war on Gaza, emphasizing the need for a humanitarian aid delivery, a ceasefire, and the protection of the Palestinian rights. They also deliberated on the situation in Sudan. This meeting highlights the country's commitment to strengthening bilateral relations and enhancing Arab solidarity to tackle shared challenges. Egypt has strongly condemned extremist Israeli settler calls to destroy Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock, labeling them as dangerous provocations that deeply offend Muslims worldwide. In a statement, the Egyptian Ministry of Foreign Affairs denounced these incitements as flagrant violations of international law and the sanctity of Islamic and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem. The ministry emphasized the urgent need to halt such inflammatory actions, warning that they threaten to escalate regional tensions. Egypt urged the international community to intervene promptly to stop these violations and uphold the historical and legal status of Jerusalem's sacred sites. Moving on to Beijing, where the Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Baqai has announced that Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi will visit China tomorrow ahead of the third round of nuclear talks between Tehran and Washington scheduled for next Saturday in Oman. Baqai emphasized that the discussions aim to lift what he termed unjust and illegal sanctions on Iran. He stressed the need for tangible outcomes to allow Iran to engage in normal economic and banking activities, highlighting the importance of guarantees for the agreement's continuity. U.S. forces have carried out airstrikes in Yemen's Sa'ada and Mahwid governorates, targeting Houthi sites and the Farwa market, which resulted in 12 deaths and more than 30 injuries in Sana'a, where there's a surge of casualties at local military hospitals. Ambulance and firefighting crews quickly arrived to evacuate the injured, primarily civilians, and chaos caused by fires and smoke. Hospitals are struggling to manage the influx of patients due to the limited resources. The Houthis have urged members to donate blood, while rescue teams search for survivors under the debris. Russian President Vladimir Putin has ratified the Strategic Partnership Treaty between Russia and Iran. This move solidifies the collaboration between the two nations, fostering closer ties in various sectors such as military, economic, and energy cooperation. The treaty is expected to enhance bilateral relations and strengthen both countries' positions on the international stage. By formalizing this partnership, Russia and Iran aim to work together more effectively in addressing shared interests and regional challenges. The Kremlin has said that the position of U.S. President Donald Trump's administration on ruling out NATO membership for Ukraine gave Moscow satisfaction. It declined to comment on Trump's hopes for a deal this week. Peskov stated that Ukrainian membership in the U.S.-led alliance would pose a threat to the national interests of the Russian Federation, and that this is one of the root causes of the conflict. He also mentioned that President Putin and the Russian side remain open to seeking a peaceful settlement. He added that they continue to work with the American side and hope that these efforts will yield results.